Good. Education Committee, Mr. Dorsey.
Okay, I may. It's a motion to approve middle school, high school department heads, list for 24-25 school year. They were listed in our packet. B, discuss.
Hey, real quick, real quick on A. So the department heads for the middle school and the high school, those are paid positions, correct?
Yes.
There is no, that does not apply at the elementary school, right? The contract only authorized that at the high school and middle school, correct?
Right.
Okay. Are there any? No, I'm talking about department heads for teachers for A.
And
We don't have department heads at the elementary school.
the
right?
grade level heads, are they paid?
Yes,
Is
they
it-
are, just in the same.
But there's no head teachers, right? I mean, it's just department heads.
There's a department, at the elementary level, each grade band has a teacher who is the department head of that grade band, like kindergarten, first, second.
Well, what I'm asking, if the principal was out, there's no head teacher that has.
No,
Okay.
no.
Do we not have to approve some elementary department heads, I guess, is my question?
Okay, we could have those, unless they were already approved. I'll have Jody look at that, yes, I'll add that.
That's a good question.
Yep.
B, motion to approve middle school, high school clubs or activities list for the 24-25 school year. I have a question on this. These are all paid clubs. There's names put in these. There are the same names put in a lot of these. Are all of these clubs active that we are paying?
They should have a right out in response.
Yes.
To the principal.
Sorry.
Michelle, go ahead.
They do, they write up every month they have to keep track of their club meetings, so they have to have a roster, and
English as second language agreement with the IU1 in Brunswick School District, 24-25 school year. I know for a fact we're gonna need to start looking at English as a second language with the influx of people from other areas, coming in, and we're gonna have to prepare for that. I think that we may even have a child on the day.
We have many now,
That's what I mean, so.
but I don't know the numbers, but I have one.
D, discuss approving special education handbook, and that was attached. Discuss approving all ATSI plans was E. F, discuss approving the quote from Ed Insight for student performance suite in the amount of $18,524.48. And that's ESSER money. Discuss approving quote from EduLink for PAE, TEP in the amount of $5,025. That's also ESSER money. H, discuss purchasing 4 additional gaming computers from the eSport company in the amount of $1,750 per set, and a total of 4 sets cost $7,000. That's paid with perennial project funds. I, discuss approving IU1 to provide district title services for non-public schools in the 24-25 school year.
Could we get a little bit more information? I don't need it right now, but a little bit of information about, I was not aware we had an esports team. So I just, like, if we could just get some information about that before Wednesday, I don't know, maybe like a one-pager or an email. Like, how many kids, what they do, is there, just, I just was not aware of this. And I know it's like our varsity sports, it's different than our varsity sports. I'm just a little bit curious about it before we spend $7,000 on it, if that's possible.
I agree. I'd like to see some paperwork on it. 'Cause right now, if I had to vote on it, it'd be no.
I didn't know about it at all.
Under I, these amounts of money is this to pay for our students that are going there, or what, explain this?
I was curious about this one too. I was gonna ask about this one.
So for the federal programs, we have to pay our non-publics for our students that are there. So the IU provides the services to them, and we contract through the IU. So we have students at St. John's and Calvary Chapel.
Okay, reason I'm asking this is because I have never, ever seen this on our agenda. This is the first time this has been on here. So, in the past, were we just paying it and never voting on it, or what was going on?
I did provide the service agreements last year that were signed. I can't speak if they were previously approved or not.
They may have different, I'm not sure, this is the first year I see what it
Yeah.
says exactly the report, but they may have just had the first top part on.
And not going into detail, yeah. Okay. Item J, discussion of approving the quote from Chemology for teacher curriculum in the amount of $1,500.
It doesn't say where it's coming
Nope. Where's it coming from?
from. I need to find our previous, that 7% because that's learning loss. So that's gonna be the goal. If not, Colby, where's it coming from?
Welcome, Cole.
Hey, as well aware, I'm a very big critic of chemology. I've been since the beginning of this, and I'm just, why was this 1,500 not in the original quote? Why do we gotta add this after the fact, after they grabbed this up last month for a significant amount?
I know. We didn't realize, we were told, and I should shouldn't say we, I wasn't in the meeting, but the principals, elementary and middle school principal were in a meeting with Teamology and were under the impression that K1 and 2 was included. It was not. Got a bill for it and it was substantial. So reached out to the CEO and I just said, you know, you misled our team, and now there's Teamology Tuesday set up at the elementary for the WIN program, and everything is in place, and now we don't have a curriculum to support it. And so she did come back, and this number is substantially lower than the 11,000 whatever she wanted originally, with $1,500 just for the access to the curriculum. But now, if we don't do this, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th all have access to it, and then there's nothing in place for K1 and 2. And I agree with you. We felt the same way. We were blindsided by it as well.
What was the first amount that we paid? Do you remember?
I don't remember what it was like. It was a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like we were misled with thinking we had K1 and 2. And then, and of course, principals wouldn't plan an entire program around something that we didn't think we had.
And how long, how many years is the contract?
3 years.
Was it 3
And it
years?
was just approved, I think, at the last meeting or June. Do you remember, Mr. Gammon?
I think it was maybe 2 meetings.
Yeah, it was either,
Yeah, I don't remember. I think
yeah.
we could have done 3 or 5. I think we went 5. I'm looking, it's in the meeting.
I think it's 3. I actually think it's 3, but, which is a lot. So without having this in place for 3 years, then what happens with K1 and 2, you know?
Right, I mean, that's a great point. We're already into the school year, and that can cause a lot of issues.
And,
But I do agree with Mr. Gammon. I mean, maybe, you know, looking at that contract a little more closely,
Agreed.
if we could.
There was,
You go, Mr. Dorsey?
and you also, in the back, you said there was gonna be one more item added.
Flex time manager. So last month, when the decision was made not to go with eHall Pass, what we did not realize is that the companies had merged, and eHall Pass and Flex Time Manager are owned by the same company. So when we canceled eHall Pass, we also canceled Flex Time Manager, which is how the students sign up for the activities with WIN. So if we don't have Flex Time Manager, they can't essentially sign up effectively. So there is a proposal for Flex Time Manager in here to add.
And that would be it for education.
No.
Thanks, Dr. Martin. I think I jumped the gun. You didn't do,
With,
Go, Doc.
with a elementary teacher moving out of 1st grade, going to 3rd, what's happening with the 1st grade? Who is going in that position? Or
That-
somebody?
That person is on the agenda under personnel to be hired for 1st grade. Yeah. It
Okay,
doesn't
I
say
see it.
1st grade, but that person would go into that 1st
And
grade
this,
slot.
okay, all right.
All right, you good, Coach? Answer that.
Okay, it answered my question. That's still interesting.
I think I jumped the gun a little bit. We didn't do board reports and bills. Any check on that? Just had any questions? No questions? No good? All right. Personnel committee.
All right, A, discuss approving letter of retirement for Gerald Suggestion, para as chair, effective August 27, 2024. And B, C, D, E, F, G are all resignations. How about the reading all? H, discuss the letter of resignation from
we make it, I would assume we made the agreement with the SEIU, but we just want to hire him year-round, because he can help with snow removal, or from 3 to 4 in the elementary school. He can rake leaves, he can do a lot of work around, year-round.
So then we will not need another grass cutter come spring.
We will not need another grass cutter. If need be, we could have the custodians help cut grass here, or whatever we need to.
You okay?
Yeah, that's all I need to hear.
BB, discuss approving Dr. Nicholson to attend the PACS Fellowship Program training in Gettysburg on September 24th, 25th, 2024, not to exceed $500. CC, discuss approving Dr. Mark to attend the superintendent's retreat in Hershey, PA, October 20th to the 22nd, 2024, at no cost to the district. And discuss adding a full-time paraprofessional position for an outside position for our district. That's on those two.
I think, just Mr. Davis, one quick question, and first, I think personnel is the place for this, but I think you've been on some of the email correspondence that I've had with Dr. Martin reference the
Yes.
the elementary school parents of teachers of kids who are in the high school, middle school, just see if we can get an update on that. Looking at maybe hiring somebody to do an hour after school, if that's, are we still working?
We're still, I think we're still working on it, aren't we, Dr. Mark?
We are, I reached out to, one of our teachers, and she's supposed to get back to me if she can accommodate or not.
Okay,
And then we can use
okay, thanks. Just, I don't really like those kids just sitting in cars waiting for the parents.
As I said before, I think
Yeah, I think we can solve this.
And maybe with the
Thank you,
security
sir.
person in effect, we would have that guard. Mhm.
You good, Mr. Gay? Before I go, Ms. Columbia for final, I just had one on the board reports. I see it was from Dr. Nicholson. It was a positive. It was at the bottom for our graduation rate for the special education students. It went from 66.7% to 85.3%. And the dropout rate went from 33.3% to 14.7%. So I just wanted to say, thanks.
That's
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
All you, Ms. Columbia. Yeah, you're right.
All right, that's okay. Item A, under finance, discuss approving, dismissing the delinquent taxes on the following parcels for Redstone, and those 3 parcel numbers are listed there.
My question on that, what is the reasoning to dismiss these?
I think they were land house, top fire for the township,
Over in Redstone.
yeah, I think the total between all three were 35.
All, but you're saying they all caught fire?
Well, I know at least one of them.
Okay. Because I saw the same name, I'd be worried about catching fire. Okay.
All right, we have, item B. Item B, discuss approving the request from Disabled Veterans Real Property Tax Exemption Certifications. And then, from what I understand, we're gonna be adding an item C, on Wednesday, which is to, discuss purchasing 1,500 Google Chrome education licenses at a cost of $46,500, which will be paid with ESSER funds. That's it. That's all for finance.
Thank
I
you, Ms.
have one
Columbia.
thing with finance. Dr. Martin, have you received any communication or any paperwork regarding, LERTA for, West Brownsville Borough across the road highway from Walmart? LERTA, yeah, it's kind of LERTA, it's a tax forgiveness for a few years.
Colby, have you seen anything related to that?
So we didn't get anything yet. You probably will be getting it because there's multiple businesses wanting to come in there, and it all depends on if they can get the letter. So, because they're gonna have to apply to us and also to California.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you. Building and grounds, Ross?
Yeah, so, I'm gonna just, I'll let Jerry talk about it, but I just wanna, again, the amount of time that Jerry put in the Redstone Field over the last couple months is just unbelievable, and I appreciate everything he's done. Lights are in, lights have been adjusted at least 3 different times to kind of light it up perfectly. I know Jerry's still not 1,000% happy with it, but we're pretty close. And just a lot of stuff done. Actually, Jerry, I'm gonna turn it over to Jerry to give everybody an update on Redstone, if you don't mind, sir.
Okay, most of the projects down here are complete. I'm not happy with the lights. I'm not sure that they're exactly set up the way they're supposed to be. I don't think that the company that did it had enough experience to do it. And I think it's going to be an ongoing issue. Probably one thing I think to probably sometime next summer, we may have to get someone to come in to professionally adjust those lights. Maybe, like, after the first football game, we'll get everyone's opinions of the, from the coaches and the players. We'll get a good idea of what's going on with that. But as far as I'm concerned, I just don't think that they're set up correctly. They're close, but I just don't think they're correct. As far as the asphalt, it's going to be put down Thursday. The reason it was delayed isn't any problem with Redstone excavating. We kept putting them off and off because we had all that heavy equipment with the lights, with installing the lights, and we didn't want to put it on in asphalt and destroy it as we put it down. So I talked to the Caustic brothers. They told me they'll be there Thursday morning to have the asphalt completed. Gotta be done before the first football game. I don't think the sound system was completed the other day. It was all put in. There's a learning experience with this new sound system. There's Bluetooth, there's different things that as we go through this, we're trying to learn as we go. And we're trying to just simplify the music as best that we can for these first couple days until we can get through this. Because it's hard to get, for us to get training, and then for us to go to all these sporting events, and to give all them training with all that, that costs a lot of overtime for us to do that. The press box is done, and the lights are up. The biggest difference, the biggest problem we have now is the lighting around the concession stand and in the bleachers, because the other lights flooded it more than these do. So we're putting lights up today. We'll work down tomorrow and see where we're at. We'll put more lights up as we need. That's about it. That's the question.
Thank you for all the time.
Thanks, Jerry. Yeah.
I tell you, I don't think people realize how much time that you all do. Thank you very much.
Okay, item B, discuss approving a proposal from, the Mechanical Services LLC for the replacement of isolation valves and balance valves for the 47 fan coil units at the high school and middle school in the amount of $166,124. This is something we thought we were gonna be able to do in the next stage, but this is the time to do it now before we recharge the system with antifreeze, and, this is a good thing for us, actually. Any questions? And then I think we're going to add, Steve, second, up here, we're gonna, add a motion to deep clean the bleachers at Redstone Field in the amount of $2,900 for Brumley detailing. We'll do it and get all the molds and algae off of there, so that will be added to the agenda as well. Any questions?
If this gets approved, when are we looking to have that done?
Great question. I don't know if it'll be done by Friday or not, Jerry.
I'll call
Would
you
that- would you ask?
tomorrow morning and give you an answer for Wednesday. He just got us that, he said that to me Sunday. And I think we just wait for approval, we'll have to see how soon we can get it done. In the past, this was done with the PIC kids. We were able to use, in the summertime, we were able to do all this. But this summer, there was no time to have the kids down here with all the bring the kids in, that's something they can do. They can do a lot of the painting, and they can do a lot of stuff back there.
On this proposal, Ross, that we have in front of us, we have the deep cleaning of the bleachers. Is there something about the tennis court on here?
So there is one for the tennis court, but we're gonna kind of, I think me and Jerry discussed, the tennis court's $2,900. I think we're gonna wait, we're gonna recommend we wait on that with winter coming. I mean, it might have been a good idea 2 months ago to do it, but at this point, if we do the tennis courts, we may have to, it's gonna get bad weather. I'd rather kind of wait and maybe do that first thing in the spring. If that makes sense.
Let's get a tennis team.
One thing, Ross, I want to clarify for the public. Starting Friday night's game, am I clear that no youth will be allowed through the gate without an adult present? Am I correct? If that happens, we take the youth's name and how we deal with it.
We're gonna put a statement out. I mean, I think it will be hard to police, but the statement will be out. It'll go through Alma, it'll be posted, make the announcement, like Ms. Columbia said, at the beginning of the game, again at halftime, and then, do our best to enforce it. If you have children unsupervised, get a name of the child.
Well, I would think at the gate when they're coming through, whoever the faculty manager is, you have an adult with you? No? Then you don't get in?
Then you can't come in.
I mean, I don't know what to tell because then they have to babysit them. They have to bring him in the gate. Security got to babysit them for 3 hours. While the parent pulls right up to the gate, drops them off.
6 kids.
Yeah, drops them off at the,
That's what happens.
and that's what happens. Jane will attest to that. They drop them off and pull away.
Yeah.
And then security all night chasing them. Like I told you, the Kona ice truck, he's never coming back. The kids knock the stuff out of their hands and the food. It's the little kids. It isn't our high school kids. No, we're talking about 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds. That's got to be. Well, we're going to start that Friday. Will I be correct in saying that? Okay, so some people might get mad, but somebody sees the car full, like Jane said, with 6 kids. What's
I mean,
your
if the
name?
adult-
Tell your parents come back and get you.
If the adult walks in with 4 kids, then the adult's claiming that he or she is going to
Then
supervise
we know
those
who to go
kids.
to when you're up there throwing pop on somebody.
And not just drop them off.
Right.
So what happens when the parents are already there and then someone's mom drops 2 kids off and then you say, where's your parent? And then they say, well, my mom and dad are already here. I mean, and I know like this legitimately happens because I know the parents and I know they were there and then they were advanced and they dropped them off. You know, well, my mom and dad are not in the stands.
I think it could happen, Patty, but I think we're trying one step at a time here because this has been going on for years. That there's hundreds, if not hundreds, but
I
there's
mean,
a lot
that's a
of kids
big
running around.
adjustment for Friday. I think we can start in that direction. I'm not so sure we're gonna get there 100% on Friday.
Well, I think it's going to have to be a decision at the gate to where
Yeah.
bring them in and they're going to have to stay in one area with security or something. I don't know what.
Okay.
We got 8
For if somebody comes and says my parents are already in there, then
They're gonna have to contact them or
contact them to
And have
come
them
out
to the
and
gate.
say,
Yeah.
these are my
Okay,
kids.
all right.
Or
Yeah, and not
if
to
we can
be-
announce it on,
Because there's gonna be a good bit of that.
Well, that Friday is going to be a lot because it is youth.
It's
Youth
youth night.
night.
Friday, so we have to be
Yeah.
whatever we're going to
Yeah.
do.
it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be very hard to police.
Just happy and clarify that we're trying to do something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think the statement gets us headed in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right. Policy committee, Mr. Mahalik.
Okay, we're going to discuss the existing cell phone policy and to make sure that if there's discipline associated with that, that it matches our tiered system.
Correct.
And
That bulb is going to be a plus for this district, for all, even Laurel Highlands, they all can attest to it, it's working.
Right.
Parents aren't going to like it, but it's the way it is. But voting for it.
But you know, we do have an existing policy.
Right.
It just isn't getting enforced.
Well,
That's the biggest problem. You put a policy in, it needs to be enforced.
I like the concept.
And I don't want to hear, and I know we're going to hear, oh, if we say no cell phones, oh, but they need cell phones in class. No, they don't. We just spent how much money on Chromebooks?
We are gonna hear people who use their cell phones to monitor their diabetes, their sugar levels, and I mean, we are gonna hear that.
It's working in Laurel Highlands and AG. There's no reason why it can't work here.
Dr. Warren,
Gonna try it.
we also can put on the agenda that we talked about this, audits for them, or,
If you want me to, we could put that on for you to approve them. To consider purchasing, Brian, those yonder pockets. You,
33,000.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Should
Do
we
you-
adopt the policy?
should we-
before
yeah.
order those?
and then put the
I think we should, but
next month. Yeah,
I agree with Mr. Dorsey, adopt the policy and then buy the, possibly purchase the bags. You put, like you say, you drop your cell phone in and now there's no service,
Yeah.
right? Is that my
right,
correct?
that's what we were talking about. Should we put it on for the next day?
To adopt the policy
We're
first?
gonna have
Or
policy.
just, to talk,
Well, we have the policy,
I
it's
think-
about making sure that the discipline associated with the policy matches our trade system.
Yeah, that's not gonna be ready, that's not gonna be ready for Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll hold off, Rick, yeah.
But to Mr. Bashir's point, again, it's showing that we're moving in the right direction.
trying.
Okay, and B, discuss opening or adding a new committee, student wellness. That concludes that report. Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Transportation Committee, Coach.
Discuss approving Malaca's driver's list. I can't approve it, I don't have it. So, somebody gotta get it to me before, or email it to me. It's the standard thing, I'd still like to see it.
Yeah, do it every year.
That's all.
Thank you.
And again, I'd like to thank all those who are trying to make the transportation work in the morning and afternoons. It's still tough, but it's gotten so much better. And if we can just get the high school rectified and that cemetery out there issue cleared up, it's for the safety of our children. And the people causing the problem don't really, to me, that they don't care. They showed that for 2 years. So we're addressing it. The incident I saw today was close. And Mr. Bush also saw it. I'm not to bring the name up, but so did the teacher see it. But that's all. Go ahead. I'm done.
So on me, athletic committee, discuss hiring Larry Cash as the middle school boys basketball coach for the 24-25 school year with compensation set at $2,790. Any questions on that? All right. B, discuss approving the athletic handbook for the 24-25 school year. Did we look into the athletic handbook? Is there anything we need to discuss at the board?
I think anything that came out of social protection.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah, that-
coinciding with the regulations.
Yeah. Mr. Gann.
If you wait.
Look up, Ross.
Since I'm on mute button.
Ross, are we gonna,
I'm on my mic button. What,
Ross.
have a question for me?
yeah, or was there something that we wanted to look at for social suspension with, making sure everything coincides with, being eligible for the PIA rules and all that?
I couldn't hear you.
Are you looking for, were you looking at something to do with the average handbook?
So,
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before, and I don't know if really, based on my research that I found, what it appeared to me, and again, this is my interpretation, and it's a discussion we probably should have with the administration and everybody else. But my interpretation was that the WPIL, we are holding ourselves higher than the WPIL standards. And that's something that I wanted to address.
That's the PIAA, that's PIAA, Ross.
What's the final four class? But now that you brought this up, I'm looking back, was the handbook in our email is much slimmer. The athletic handbook, was that sent?
I don't think it was in this one, Mr. Gammon, I think it was in the one before, and for whatever reason, it didn't make the agenda, but you should have it. If not, I can resend it.
Yeah, let me try to get through that. to see.
Thank you.
So Dr. Moore, is this something we should vote on, or should we revisit this? Does this have to be done like now, or can we look at the social suspension in this handbook?
We could revisit it.
So that part, my opinion is, I think that policy is actually in the social suspension part is not in that, I don't have the athletic handbook in front of me, but I know that it is in the middle school and the high school's handbook, their regular handbook, is where social suspension is, so we probably can approve the athletic handbook as it is, but I want to be.
Yeah, I think that was the discussion.
I don't think social suspension, I don't think that's in there, but I don't know if it's in there or not. I know it's in the regular.
Yeah, I think we had said that we would review it because that was something that may have fallen under the policy committee, and that we could go ahead and approve the handbook, and if there are any additional revisions to that policy in particular, we could amend it at that time. Does that sound familiar, Ross?
That's fine.
Yeah, I think it does, I just, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Discuss approving a pay rate for the athletic trainer substitute in the amount of $50 per hour. No problem with that. D, discuss hiring Brian Ladowski as assistant middle school wrestling coach for the 24-25 school year with compensation set at $2,160. This is for the middle school, just to make it clear, not the high school. And this was because, what did we say, Ms. Columbia, this was part of, what you said you had, that was the last one for the middle school, just because I don't want this to be a startup. Yeah, where every middle school assistant coach now will be paid, that's not how it's gonna go.
It's gonna,
Yeah, so just wanna put that out
it's
there.
gonna trigger some conversation. I
Yeah,
guarantee you that.
because we don't normally do that. And then, E, discuss student attendance at the home football game.
And that's the blurb that we're going to put out to support them not being unsupervised.
Mr. Bashir? Yes. He heard me when I call him coach, Mr. Bashir.
I'm used to calling me coach for
Yes.
20 years ago, but go ahead, Mr.
E, that's what we're gonna put out there, and before the games, make an announcement.
Yes.
And let them know about the kids and stuff.
Yes, we're making a step in the right direction, and I think it's gonna help, especially Jane knows exactly. She's taken a beating for years, so, we're trying to alleviate that, Jane, I don't know.
Thank you.
All right, and then, F, discuss approving the quote from Huddle at the cost of $2,699.
This is the quote that always gets approved. However, volleyball had asked for access to this. I just did not have the proposal. There's kind of a smorgasbord on that proposal that we maybe will bring that to the table at the October meeting about the other athletics that are interested in it.
That's just for football, or is that for all?
Football, basketball, boys and girls basketball, and football. So the ones that we always purchase. But if we wanted to add volleyball to it, it's an additional $650. There's a smorgasbord of athletics that can be added, but it's just not prepared for this board meeting.
Yeah.
It would have to be October.
I did participate in that interview, or that presentation with the Huddle representative, with Rachel. And we also discussed we talked to Jim about possibly getting Huddle Assist, which does the statistics for us. And that was what we were going to present. Yeah,
Substantial.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's substantial,
Do
but,
you want me to put it on for Wednesday? Or,
I think we could wait till October. We have, yeah, we should discuss it because it's something that
How
we
much
should.
it's gonna be used.
Exactly, yeah. And then I could talk a little bit more about it too, but I think we should wait. We've done enough for
Ms.
tonight.
Columbia, what sports are on? Which ones do we have now?
boys and girls basketball and football.
Football and basketball.
Mhm.
Do we want to add volleyball and
I mean, softball could be added. There's a whole
Yeah, that's what-
smorgasbord
yeah.
that, yeah.
okay. I mean, this tool for Huddle actually can, and I know kids that want to go into higher education, this is good where they can put out film and stuff. And they, coaches actually go on here and look and pull kids a lot of times for scholarships.
Okay.
So this will be a good thing. everyone good?
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say that we're, probably gonna we're gonna add one more to this, it's gonna be G. In executive session, we discussed the football program, and that might be, on Wednesday's, agenda.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.